Ben from Stones here, folks. Today showing you how to assemble the Gasmate Odyssey One portable one burner barbecue.
Hit it.
This is a popular alternative to the popular Weber barbecues. It does come disassembled though, it requires a bit of setup, but it's nice and easy to do. Now, your Gasmate Odyssey One portable barbecue comes all packed up in a box like this. It's disassembled. The box weighs about 13 kilos, about 66 centimeters by 44 centimeters and about 27 centimeters in height. There's all parts in here. It requires a little bit of assembly. I'm going to show you how to do this today. So I'm going to pull all of this out. We'll follow step by step so the barbecue comes together to look like this guy here. So I pulled everything out of the box here now. All of this is packaged in the box in plastic bags or wrapped in cardboard to protect it. A bit of a run around on what we've got. The gas burner, temperature gauge, handles and knobs here, all the nuts and bolts, hot plates that go on top last, little tables or benches that go on the sides. This forms the drip tray underneath. Got legs that go underneath as well. And then we've got the base and the top here. And you do also get an instruction manual. Now, I've quickly learned, just on a quick look over with this, that even though we'll follow step by step through all of these steps here today to put it together, and it does outline one by one just how to put it together, exactly what's in the kit and what nuts and bolts come in the kit, what it says here, what you get and what it indicates you should do here don't exactly line up. I can't work out where CC goes, for example, and so this washer is not here, but don't worry about the details. We'll go through step by step, follow what I do. You've got enough here to be able to put it together and use your Gasmate Odyssey barbecue. So first thing we're going to do is put the temperature gauge in. So this has got a wing nut on the back there. We loosen that. We slide this in place in this little housing here, flip the lid over and just put the wing nut back on the back here. And then we just need to, before we tighten it too much, make sure that this is nice and straight on the front here. So just spin that around, do it up firmly, and that's the temperature gauge in place there. Onto the handle. Now this differs from the instructions as well, because the instructions suggest in one part that the handle actually has screws coming out of here, whereas in actual fact we're putting a nut into the handle here. So this came already screwed into the handle, and each one of these has got the screw, the spring washer and a flat washer on there. So we'll take them out and I'll try and show you how to get it on here. So these holes line up with these holes here. So we just probably need to flip this over here and get our screw, spring washer, flat washer, put it through the hole here. Now we make sure the handle, now this is upside down here at the moment, the lid's upside down, so we want these holes on the handle to be sticking upwards from my perspective at the moment. Screw that into the handle and just do it. Kind of need to do a little bit of feel there, just to, there we go, I can feel that catching in there now. I'll put the second one on. So I've got this, the nut, the screw, sorry, spring washer, flat washer. Fold this up so that this hole here lines up. And all we need, looks like for the most part, to put the whole thing together, all we need is a Phillips head screwdriver. So I'll just do these up, not really tight, just firm so that that spring washer flattens out against the body. And that's the lid set up. We can now put this aside. The next step is to grab the base here. So the step 2 in the book here, we're attaching the burner assembly, which is this here. Now it's got 2 attachment points on here. This is going to need to slot in the hole here. So we've got a hole for the piezo. This is the little cable that's the piezo igniter. So that goes through one hole there. And then the gas assembly slides through the hole on the other side there. And if we just let this rest in the bottom here, we can see that this mounting point and the other mounting point over the other side here line up with these 2 points here. So instructions indicate that we need 2 of these screws, 2 spring washers and 2 flat washers to attach these. Now the spring washers obviously just help with vibration and keeping it secure. So we'll put a spring washer on first and then a flat washer underneath that, and then we can drop it through the mounting point on here. Just being careful not to drop the washers. Once again, just do it up finger tight just so it takes in the thread there. Try not to cross thread it. It should do up fairly easily. If it's really hard to do it up, then it's probably cross threaded, because these are just alloy or aluminium body on this, so you don't want to over tighten these screws. Drop this one in here as well. That should just do up comfortably. Then grab a screwdriver and just tighten them down just firmly so that spring washer once again holds in place. That is step 2 completed. Now for step 3, we can put this aside and we actually need these legs now. So both of these two, lay this out, push the gas hose out of the way. So we can see these stand up, these silver bits go either side, and then this is going to go in the middle here to join the two together. The drip tray will go in afterwards. I'm just having a close look at how this is situated. You can put this on the right and the wrong way. That way up with these facing down is the wrong way. We need to have the lips on the side facing upwards, and these are going to screw in on each side. These mounting points here line up with these mounting points here, and that's the same on both sides there. So that's going to bring these two together with a mounting point in the middle. And for each of those, it's the same combination of screws. So we need actually 4 of these, and we need 4 flat washers and 4 spring washers to go in each of these mounting points here. So just line this up with the hole here. And just do it up finger tight to hold it in place. I won't tighten it all up until I've got all the screws in. And then the second one, now all of these screw holes are all lining up nicely, so it's certainly easy to put together. There's no bending, twisting or forcing anything. Now I won't tighten that up really tightly just yet. I'm going to get these two in first. So we just kind of need to hold this up, line the hole up there as best we can, and place this screw in. So again, just finger tight, last one, and then we can grab the screwdriver and tighten them up properly. Now this is going to create, well, it's not going to be really sturdy just yet because we need to then attach the base in here with more screws to create a sturdy base, because all that's holding these legs together at the moment is this bit of metal in the middle here. But that's the 3 components that we've got, the base, or the feet, the base and the lid, and we can now move to putting them all together in step 4. So step 4 is mounting the base on top of the legs here, and to do that we need these nuts here, 4 of them, these little plastic sort of washer things here, and also these here. Now these are sort of heat insulator things. These little plastic ones go on each of these like this, and the heat insulator is got a right and a wrong way about it. Now this is a little bit awkward to put this together, so I'd recommend putting this in here first. If you're doing it with someone else, then they can sort of hold it for you and help you do this. And there's a right and a wrong for this. There's 2 different notches. This one is wider than this one here. The narrow notch is on the leg, and it's also got a little recess here, a little sort of bit that's pointing out, sorry. Now that fits inside the notch there, so it fits neatly. If you put it the wrong way, it doesn't fit. It's quite a sloppy sort of fit, so make sure you get these the right way around. This wider notch on this side is going to line up with this notch here on the actual base of the stove. So before we go any further, let's just make sure we've got the orientation right. So the front of the stove has got what will become the knob here, and the gas assembly on this side here. That needs to be the same side that we've got the outlet for the burner. So don't go and attach it all this way around because it's not going to work. So make sure you've got the orientation right. Now I had a bit of a play with this to try and work out the easiest way to do it, and I think what you need to do is push this on and hold this screw, get the screwdriver in place, hold that in there like so, so that you can see where the screw is as you line this up down here. And just do that up just enough to hold it in place. And I suggest from here that you go to the opposite of the same side to avoid too much twisting, so that it's just pivoting from the same leg. So this is the side I've already done up. I'm now going to come across to this side here. So I'm going to put this in here, grab the little insulator and slot that in place. Now you can use a bit of pressure here to kind of hold it in place. If I slot that in there on one side, I can then slide this down the top. So put that in first and then slide that down in place, and then I can push this in and try and find So once again, going by a bit of feel here. Fine, there we go, and that's taken in there now. So that's that side done up. Now don't tighten it up really firmly now, because we now need to go to the other side here and do the same thing for both of these. First step would be just to slide the screw in. Don't push it all the way through, just rest it there. Put this in, so lift the base up. Put the recessed side into the leg first, and then slide the base down into the notch. Use your screwdriver to push the screw through and go by feel again, so you can feel it take, and I can just feel that taken in there now. And then we've got one more to go. We'll just rest this in place. Oh, well, a little bit firmer to get this one in, because you need to just separate this and this a little bit to be able to get the heat separate, or the insulator in there. But perfectly manageable. Push this in. Just got to find the screwdriver. There we go. Once again, going by feel, and I can feel that's taken there now. So I've now got all 4 screws in place. I'll just go through and tighten them up just firmly. So this is all starting to feel much sturdier now that I've got all 4 of these tightened up. So the stove is attached by 4 points to the legs, and then the legs are attached at the bottom by this base underneath here. Now the instructions show that this knob was already attached, but it's actually not in this case here. It comes separate. Easy to attach though. You can see it's not a full circle. There's a flat side here which lines up with the flat side here. We just push that in place there. Nice firm push, and that's now good to go. You can see that that's now functioning. One other thing to do at this end here is the ignition cable here. So this is the little cable that attaches to the piezo igniter. So here when that clicks, there's a piezo ignition inside here. That needs to send a little electric current through here and to the little lighter that features inside here. So there's an auto light when you turn it on. So it's just a little flat spade, we'll accept a spade connection in there. So we need to slide this inside this rubber housing here, and we need to actually slide it to the end and then wiggle it around a bit and just sort of push. You'll feel it take eventually on something in there. There we go. I can feel that has just slid on now, and I can't pull that out easily. So if I now turn this and we have a look at the piezo inside here, we can see that that's now firing a spark across. So that's all functioning. Now that's most of the hard work done. Next step is to put the lid on. So we spin it around. Well, I'm going to spin it around so you can see what I'm doing, because we need to work with these hinges here. Grab the lid, rest this on top here, and we want to see these line up. Now this is firm. This is probably what requires the most coercion with putting the barbecue together here. It's not doable. It's just a nice firm fit. So I need to line these holes up with a hole inside there. So I've found it's probably easiest to just kind of open and close the lid a little bit until these holes line up. There we go. And just keep an eye in the hole here till you see it line up, and just keep pushing that so that it folds into place. So that's now secured in there. I can now put the pin in the back here so it doesn't come out. Not that I think it's going to come out anyway, because it's firm fitting. Now this lid will probably be firm to start with because it fits tightly between the two. Just tap that in with a screwdriver. So that's the lid attached. Now it's firm to start with, but once you move it a few times, it loosens up a little, but it means that the lid doesn't collapse really easily. Now I thought I was nearly done, but just in a quick check over, I realized I've not set this up here right. When I put the legs and the base on, I didn't make sure the burner was lined up with the gas inlet here. It's really important that this goes inside the gas inlet here. Otherwise you've just got gas coming straight out here, and it's going to be dangerous. So what I need to do is I'm actually going to loosen the screws for the burner here. So I can quite easily move this burner in and out once the legs are on. So I would almost suggest it would be easier to put the burner on last, because you can slide this in, put your piezo cable through, and then make sure that this gas outlet here sits inside the burner like that. So push that in place, make sure the piezo goes through here, and then we can reinstall the screws in the gas burner on the top here, and we're safe to go. So that's a really important thing to check. probably easy to do because of the twisting and sort of awkward nature of putting the base on. Make sure you check that that gas inlet is pointing inside the actual gas burner. So last couple of things to do just to finish off are just to place the loose bits in place. Now you'll notice I've got a few extra nuts and bolts here that I don't need, so the actual count wasn't quite right, but there was certainly enough to put the oven together. This is our little drip tray that can sit in underneath here. There's a little housing for it just to sit in and a handle that's easy to pull it in and out with. We've got the shells that will go on the side, the burner plates. Now these can go on the top here. Now they're reversible. You can put them either side that you like, so that way or that way. And then you've got a solid plate, but also a rib solid plate, so you can use this either way around. Put them in the top there. That's that set up. Lid closes down, and then you've got these little tables that go on the side. Now these are removable. They don't get fixed in, but they just slide in to these notches here. So these bits slide in like this, and they sit on the side like that, one on each side there. And they've got little little hooks on the ends to be able to secure your utensils. That is how you assemble the Gasmate Odyssey 1 portable barbecue. Pretty straightforward, easier than some of their previous models. The instruction manual doesn't quite line up with the amount of nuts and screws and stuff that you get in there, but everything that you need to be able to assemble it like this is certainly included. You just get a few bonus ones. You can check these out online at snowies.com.au, where you find them at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions, let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for all the latest and greatest information, or check out some other awesome videos from Gasmate like this one down here.